Would you still want to go viral if you knew it wouldn't get you leads? I quit my first channel getting over 100 million views per month, and I went from making $1,000 a month to collecting over $50,000 my very first month with a brand new niche audience and only a few hundred leads. And this led to me placing 4th in the school games last year and meeting Alex Hormozi and Sam Ovens. And I used to follow the usual advice of get as many views as possible and make super engaging content and make your thumbnails bright and shiny. And I know many people besides me who've done the same. They went viral, but they can barely scratch a few $1,000s a month. So this video, I'm gonna show you step by step how I'm starting this new channel to get hundreds to thousands of leads per month and grow a 50 to 100K per month business. I'll tell you what I do and then show you how you can steal my strategy and apply it to your own niche. And it all starts with this concept. The leads you're looking for already exist and somebody else is taking them. Even if you're in a tiny little micro niche, those people have problems they wanna solve and they're looking for videos on YouTube that can help them solve those problems. YouTube is sending those people to certain channels. Why? Because those people engage with certain channels more than others. If you want to understand how YouTube works, think about what YouTube wants. They want users to stay on the platform for as long as possible. The channels that get people to stay on the platform for as long as possible are the channels that get rewarded for doing so. That's why Nero Knowledge has dominated the manifestation niche with his hour-long videos. They're uncut, they're not scripted, they're not super engaging, but he has a ton of value to share and he's good at persuading his viewers on the value of the video. On average, he gets more watch time than other people in the same niche, and that's why YouTube sends those people to him rather than other channels. So your new goal is to get more watch time than your competitors. And there's 8 things you need to understand if you want to do that. Number 1, I just held up a 2, what the fuck? Study your competitors. So a new strategy I've found recently, and this is fucking amazing, is to create a completely new channel and look up videos that you think your avatar would look up. Like how to X, or just search, like for me, I just search YouTube or how to get leads from YouTube. And so I find like Ed Lawrence. Oh, he's taking like all of the viewers that I want watching my channel. Then you subscribe to these people and you watch some of their videos. You don't have to watch them. Just subscribe to a bunch of channels that you think your audience watches and then just refresh your homepage and you'll be recommended a bunch of videos that your audience is watching. And so you can see which ones are getting more views than others. You can look at the comments and see what people actually like about the videos. And then you can kind of see what is everybody doing and where is the gap. And this gap is basically, it's gonna be the gap in the market. And so it's essentially where there is demand, but no supply. And so the best ideas you could possibly make is where there is high demand and low supply. And so something that I did, maybe 6 months ago is I saw a video with about 15,000 views. And it was like how much YouTube paid me for 90 million views. And he was like going over his channel and showing how much YouTube paid him. And I was like, damn, this is like 2 weeks old. It's a small channel. And the video wasn't good. It was like an uncut video. And so I knew that people wanted to know how much YouTube pays you. And I was like, I've gotten a fuckload of views on YouTube. I can, start the video in front of my plaques and then be like, so how much did YouTube pay me for 1.3 billion views? Because that's what I got on my main channel. And then I made the video and I made sure to make it better so I knew I would get higher retention and I would give a little bit more value than the guy gave in his video and I would make a better title and thumbnail, but it was a proven concept. And I didn't see many people doing this. And so I made the video and first day got 50 views, second day got 50 views. Third day got 7,000 views. Fourth day got 14,000 views and it started doubling every day until it got like over 800,000 views in a day. Now it's at over 6 million views. And it obviously, like, people wanted to watch that video. And so now you can see so many people copied me, like so fucking many people, where they point their finger to their channel dashboard or their channel analytics and like, how much YouTube paid me for this? And none of them got as many views as me because I filled the demand. And so now there's less demand. People are less curious. They still get views, but not as many as when there was such high demand and no supply. Sorry, there is still demand. There's just way more supply now. And so I was like the only supplier of that, one of the only. And I made a high retention video, great thumbnail. And so obviously it blew up. And that all just came from studying my competitors, studying what people wanted in my niche. Now, unfortunately, that video got way too many views, which is why I'm starting this new channel, because everybody in the world was interested in how much YouTube pays you for 1 billion views. not as many people are interested in how to get leads from YouTube. So that's what this new channel is about, and that is the kind of person that I am trying to attract to this video. So if you're an educational creator and you want more leads from YouTube, I've done the right thing somehow. Click the links below. And so that's what I would do. Study your competition. Number 2, I did it correctly this time. Understand your avatar. And this is who you're making videos for. Maybe I should have put this on number 1, but it doesn't really matter. So you need to understand who you're making videos for. And I have actually created a full guide to this. And so if you want a free course from this, you can click the first link below that says free or something like that. And I have an AI tool called Kai's Engine GPT. And it basically walks you through how to build your channel strategy. And it helps you understand what your avatar wants and then basically how to fill in the gap, how to stand out. And basically what you need to do is you need to understand what your avatar wants and what they don't want. So the outcomes that they want to avoid, their current situation that they want to avoid, problems in their life that they don't want to deal with anymore, that they want to avoid, things they're scared of happening, things they're very fearful of, and then what they really want, what they desire. What's more powerful is honestly the negative, and that's just because like our brains are wired to search for problems, search for danger. But obviously, if I were to just tell you how to not be broke and how to not get any views, or how to avoid no views forever without ever saying how to, blow up your channel and get leads, you'd be like, all right, does this guy even know what I want? So obviously what they want does matter. The benefit does matter, but you need to really get into like, what are they afraid of? Why do they want this thing? And the more you understand your avatar, the better you can make titles, thumbnails, video ideas, the more you'll be able to make things that resonate with the person you're trying to attract. And then obviously like, in terms of like selling things and making money, you need to solve a problem that actually exists and that they actually want solved. A lot of people try to make a product just because it sounds cool. They come up with an idea instead of starting with a problem they want to solve, and that just doesn't really work. You can't invent a problem. So next thing is to make valuable videos. And so you might have thought, okay, well, Nero Knowledge, he's standing out because he's making videos that are an hour long, so obviously I need to make my videos longer. Well, the thing is, you don't want to make long videos for the sake of long videos. You want to make valuable videos. People will watch your channel if your videos are not boring and they are valuable. And so what is value? Well, Alex Hormozi's value equation is amazing. It's like perceived, or it's dream outcome times perceived likelihood of achievement divided by effort and sacrifice and time delay. So how much you want a thing, do you believe you're actually going to get that thing, over the effort and time it's going to take to get that thing. And so that's why you see these videos, give me 58 seconds and I'll change your life forever or whatever. And it's not because people genuinely think, oh my God, this video is going to change my life, but because they don't have to give much to watch that video. It's 58 seconds. And so with 58 seconds of your time, it's like, fuck, if this dude's saying I'll delete your fear of rejection, it's like, maybe he'll turn some things in my mind where I can then work on and blah, blah, blah. Like, you don't actually think you're going to get the full result from that, but it's like a big promise and such a small thing you have to give where the value proposition is actually really high. And then on the other hand, it's like you see an 8-hour long course and it's like, I had to get bitches. And you're like, well, holy shit, an 8-hour course on how to get bitches. I actually believe this person, if he made a full 8-hour course, let me click on this video and just see if it's like legit, because this could possibly have everything that I need to get bitches. And so that increases your perceived likelihood of achievement. Now, the time delay, effort, and sacrifice for watching that whole video is high, but there's so much perceived likelihood of achievement and dream outcome is up there. So, the value is still there. And so the value equation, I like it. It can also just be simplified to what you give for what you get. And so you want to make your videos easy to watch, easy to understand. You don't want to make them complicated. You want to save your viewers' time. You want to respect your viewers' time. You want to come prepared. Don't just come spitting out random shit. And obviously, like, if you suck at everything, most likely you don't. If you're making educational content, you're probably good at something. But if you do not have an expertise yet, that's totally fine. And you should just document your progress, your process, your journey towards achieving your own goals and gaining your own skills. Once you come to the point where you're an expert at something, then you can teach it. And then you don't really need scripts for everything because you can just talk, and you've said it so many times and thought about this process so many times. Like, I've done multiple group coaching calls for educational creators every single week over the past 2 years. And so I've had the same conversation. I've gotten the same questions so many times. I've thought through the same thing. And that's why I can make a video without hopefully wasting your time. With not wasting your time. Time wasted. And so, yeah, the value equation can be simplified to what you give for what you get. And so you essentially want to not waste people's time, and you want to give as much value as possible. And a lot of people are like, well, if I give too much value, then people aren't going to want to buy from me. That is not true. That is absolutely not true. Delete that belief. Give me 58 seconds and I will delete the belief that you're going to give too much value. Yeah, you're not going to give too much value. You probably can't give that much value. You can give a lot of value, but you can't give too much value. And the more value you give, the more you will get. And we're going to talk more about that later. Next thing. So we've talked about, study your competitors, understand your avatar, make valuable fucking videos. And actually, in the free training in that free course below, I also have a full training on how to make valuable content. So if you want that, click the link below. And it's free. Next thing, what is this, fourth? Yeah, fourth, good packaging. Make good packaging. If they don't click, they don't watch. If you think about what you want, what your goal is, it is probably freedom, success, blissful life, euphoria, whatever. And to do that, you think you want to make money. And so how do you make money? Well, you get a sale. Well, how do you get a sale? Well, maybe you're on a call and you close that call. Well, how do you get somebody on that call? Well, you need somebody to click the link to book a call. Well, how does somebody click the link to book a call? Well, you need a video to get them to click the link to book the call. Well, how do you get them to see that video? Well, you need a fucking good title and thumbnail. You need people to click on that video. And if you don't get people to click on that video, you will not get people to watch that video, get people to book a call, get people to give you money, and then you will not achieve your dreams. So that would suck, and then you would die. And so obviously, good title and thumbnail is fucking crucial. And when I blew up my channel, I've probably made, 300, 600, I think I made 600 videos on my first channel, something like that, 550 or something. And what I noticed was it wasn't always that the video was better that got more views. It was almost always that the thumbnail and title was just way more intriguing. And when I would use the same thumbnails and titles and just made a decently entertaining video, because it was a gaming channel before I moved on to educational content and blew up other channels, it was the thumbnail and title. It was the concept. It was the idea that people were like, holy fuck, I want to click that. I want to see what that is like. And so you need to get good at thumbnails and titles. You do not need to hire an Indian guy on Fiverr to make thumbnails for $5 that are all shiny and look like Mr. Beast. No offense to those people that can totally make great thumbnails. That was just a stare. Anyways, you need to know what a good thumbnail and title looks like. And to do that, you should probably start by doing it yourself. I use Canva and I use my own AI tool that I made. Canva's better than Photoshop, 100%. I used Photoshop for so many years, Canva's fucking better. So, what does good packaging look like? Well, it's easy to understand. And so, just by a glance at your thumbnail and title, your viewer should be able to understand your video. Like, what is it about? The general idea of the video. They should be able to understand what the video is about. And so, I think the thumbnail of this video, it might just be me with my plaques. And so, immediately, YouTubers recognize, hallelujah, YouTube, success, that's what that symbolizes. And then it's me. So they assume it's like some talking head video, me explaining something, and the title's just very clear. And so it also has to be eye-catching. And so for me, the YouTube plaques catch the eyes of the viewers that I want to attract. For people that don't know what YouTube is, they don't fucking know what those are. And so obviously that's not going to attract them. You can also do this with contrasting colors, though I wouldn't just make rainbow everything and try to make bright everything to attract your viewers. I like this site called thumblytics.com. It's free, and you can basically upload your thumbnail and write a title, and then it'll show you what it looks like on a realistic homepage, YouTube homepage. I also have this integrated on my own tool, which is paid, so anyways. And this basically, if you blur your eyes and you randomize the order, it's like, does your thumbnail and title stand out compared to the others? And often it blends in. And so you need to make it stand out. And so how do you do that? Well, it needs to be simple. Often faces, text, eyes. Humans are drawn towards faces because obviously, you're walking in a dark alleyway. There's someone standing there going, you're going to look at that person. You're probably going to look at that person. We're drawn to eyes. And so if you have eyes, that is good if you have eyes. Faces and thumbnails are great. And it also shows who you are, builds your personal brand. It's good. And then you want something that's like recognizable to your viewers. So obviously like that video of me that blew up, that video of my YouTube analytics that blew up, YouTubers know what YouTube analytics look like. And so the thumbnail was just me pointing to my computer screen with the YouTube analytics showing. And they know what that looks like, so that catches their eye. And you also want the benefit to be absolutely clear. Whether the benefit is achieve goal, achieve desire, or it is escape problem, avoid fear, whatever that is. And so like 8 mistakes new YouTubers make. Obviously, the benefit would be to avoid those mistakes. 8 mistakes YouTubers make that kill their channel. Kill their channel is the thing they want to avoid. So a lot of times I see titles, and especially if people use ChatGPT for titles without using any kind of thumbnail frameworks. And in my free course, I put 300 title frameworks into a GPT. And so you can just ask, you can explain your idea and it'll use proven frameworks instead of just generating some bullshit. And that's free. And there's often like, so say I'm making a video about how to, the new business model to get rich. And you tell ChatGPT, I'm making a video about new business model to get rich. And it says like the business legend, the new business model to get rich in blah, blah, blah. And it's just like some cringy, weird shit. And it's like, what does that even mean? Who is this video for? Why would I watch this video? And so the benefit is just not clear at all. And then another thing is it intriguing? And so I think I'm going to title this video, You Only Need 10,000 Views to Make $10,000. And so that immediately raises the question for people that thought they needed to go viral. It's like, oh, well, obviously money is the thing I want. I thought views was the thing that was going to get me there. But if I only need this many views, then I'm probably like, how do I turn those into leads? How do I make money out of that? And so it raises more questions just from that statement. Another thing I could say is say this in the beginning of your videos to increase your retention. And so that is intriguing because it doesn't give away the advice. So a lot of people will give their advice in the title and thumbnail. And that is not good because it decreases the curiosity that your viewer has. So if my title's How to Get Rich, and in the thumbnail it says, do drop shipping. That raises a question, and then it closes it. Opens a loop, closes the loop. There is now no uncomfortable openness that I want to close by clicking on that video. But if I say, how to make hooks that hook your viewers, or how to hook your viewers every video. That was a bad title. And then in the beginning, I say the title of the video. In the thumbnail, I say the title of the video. Then people are like, okay, that's the advice. Why would I click on a fucking 12-minute video to hear him say the title in the thumbnail? Or say the title of the video in the hook? Why would I click on that? But if I didn't say that, and in the thumbnail I said, increase your retention, or I said, it works every time, or I said, steal my strategy, or something like that, then that would just more confirm to the viewer that it's something that they can use to get the thing promised in the title. So get more views. How to hook your viewers. Say this to hook your viewers every time. And so they just want to know what this is. That's what is intriguing. And it doesn't have to just be like this. So do this to get rich. Obviously that's like intriguing, that's a curiosity gap. What is this? But for me, I'm like this title, I might change it, but it's you only need 10,000 views to make $10,000. It's a statement that raises more questions than it answers. So it's a statement, and I'm going to say it in front of my YouTube plaques, which gives me authority. So obviously I've gone viral, and you don't need to go viral. And so yeah. And another example is Alex Hormozi. One of his most popular videos is like 13 years of brutally honest business lessons, business truths in 90 minutes. And the thumbnail says sell to the rich. And so that is a piece of advice, but that is obviously not 90 minutes of advice. And another thing is that doesn't help you. That doesn't give you any clarity. Sell to the rich is like, oh, sick. Sell to the rich. I haven't thought of that. Oh, fuck. How do you sell to the rich? So it raises more questions than it answers. So do not say your advice in the thumbnail. Make sure your thumbnails are absolutely easy to understand. Make sure the benefit of clicking on the video is absolutely clear. And make sure it raises a question. Make sure it's intriguing. And then I'll obviously also make sure it's eye-catching. You don't want your thumbnails to be boring. That is the least valuable factor of it, though. You can have your boring thumbnails if you have everything else right and it doesn't absolutely catch your eye. Most likely people are still going to see it. And if you're curious about what a good click-through rate is, it doesn't fucking matter, dude. It just doesn't matter. Shoot for above 5%, but I've gotten viral videos with less than that and viral videos with 20+%. You're not always going to get a good range of click-through rate. Number 5, consistency. This is boring. Pick an upload schedule of at least one video a week and just freaking stick to it. Freaking stick to it. I'd recommend doing more than that because you could probably make videos more often than that. I don't recommend editing your videos. I don't recommend scripting your videos. I recommend preparing for your videos. So I have like a bunch of bullet points here. I scripted out the hook fully because I want to make sure that the hook is solid. And then I'm going to do a tiny bit of editing in the hook, but everything else is going to be pretty straightforward. And the people who this video is for they don't need the editing. They don't need the stimulation. They don't need the crazy shit. And therefore, I can make a video like this multiple times a week rather than once a week or once a month. And that way I can improve faster and I can find what kind of videos actually work on this new channel. And so if you're starting a new channel or you have an old channel, it's just not popping off, start doing more because then you'll figure out what kind of concepts work, what kind of ideas people resonate with. And yeah, make it a priority to learn what good content looks like. And you do this through repetition, not by outsourcing everything. So a big mistake that a lot of people make, especially people who have money, is they hire an agency to take care of everything for them. They just want to record the videos. Like, yeah, it's time to build my personal brand. I'm going all in on my personal brand. And then they're like, all right, yeah, I'm going to spend all my money on an agency to take care of the thumbnails, the titles, the editing. They're going to script all my videos for me. I'm going to buy a perfect setup with all the nice lighting. And just for reference, this light was $39. And I'm recording on my phone right now. And yeah, that way you don't fucking learn because you're not doing anything yourself and you're trusting people who are probably just copying what everybody else is doing so that it looks like they know what they're doing, but they don't really understand content strategy. They don't know how to help you stand out. They don't know how to help you learn. So you need to be, the CEO of your own YouTube channel. You can't outsource everything. And the best way to do this is through repetition and by being involved in the full processes of everything. Now, you don't need to be the person that does your titles and thumbnails, but you need to be involved in it. You need to know what a good title and thumbnail looks like if you want to find long-term success on YouTube. And you need to stay consistent to do that. So often it takes a whole year or two for somebody to really understand and get a grasp of how YouTube works and why my videos aren't working. And if you just make videos and never analyze why does it work, then you probably won't find success and you're not improving. But on the other hand, if you make videos and you overanalyze everything, you're just not going to put in enough reps to actually gain progress fast enough. Now you need a balance. So you need to make a lot of videos and you need incremental improvements. How can I make a better hook this time? How can I make a better thumbnail and title this time? Instead of looking back on what you already did, like, oh, this video didn't perform well. Why didn't it perform well? Let me check out all the analytics and the click-through rate and all this shit. And maybe I should replace the thumbnail. It'll do better. I heard that worked. And it's like, yeah, that does work. But like, you could also just make another fucking video and make it better. And that is what you should do. Now, on to making money. Number 6, give something away for free. I wrote down give someone away for free. Nope, we're not human trafficking. So the market judges you based on your free stuff, not your paid stuff. And that is because not all of the market has paid you money. If they did, good job. You are Jeff Bezos. But if you are not Jeff Bezos, then bad job. The market judges you based on your free stuff, not your paid stuff. And you can't possibly give too much away for free. I already mentioned that. So a good strategy for this is to look at what your customers sell, try to make a better version of it, and make it free. And so a lot of people in the YouTube growth niche make courses, and they sell them. And that's why I made one free, link below. And so this could be a course, this could be an ebook, this could be like a free audit of somebody's whatever, their body, how can they improve their workout routines, their diet, whatever you teach. Help somebody for free. And this could be unscalable, and if you're not getting many leads, I would do something unscalable. So if I had no idea how to get leads and I was getting no customers whatsoever, I would offer, hey, I'll review your channel completely for free, join my free school community down below, send me your channel link, and I'll send you a Loom video of me reviewing your channel and telling you what to improve about it. And that way, it would get me connected with this person. I would be able to give a bunch of value to them, and then I could be like, hey, I actually think I could help you further with this. Would you want to hop on a call to talk about how I could help you? Then they'd be like, yeah. And then I would sell them something very expensive. And so unscalable is better if you're not getting many leads. If you are getting, views, then I would do something more scalable, like a free course, free PDF, free training, whatever you want. And this is basically a lead magnet. And then it also builds goodwill with your audience. And it's just the best way to get leads, in my opinion. So for me, I have a free school community, and I put a free course in there, I put free resources in there, and I also do a weekly Q&A where you can ask me any question live. And so I'm trying to give a whole bunch of value for free, and that converts way better than join my fucking newsletter. That's boring. Join my school community where I do cool shit and help you for free. Yeah. And because of that, I can give away all of the information I know for free. I don't have to sell information because I have something that's a lot more valuable that people can pay for. So I have direct feedback from me in my paid community, calls with me, live group calls with me, and I also have an AI thumbnail app that I created that I have not found anything better than this, and I'm sure somebody's gonna make something better one day, but for now, this shit is fucking awesome, and I use it for every thumbnail. And it also allows me to help my clients faster. And that costs me money to use. If I configure a custom GPT to write titles and stuff, which I have in my free course, that doesn't cost me money because, that's just hosted by ChatGPT. But I created an app leveraging Google Gemini and its most powerful image generation model. And that cost me a lot of money to use because it has unlimited use and it's this most powerful image generation model and it's fucking amazing and I use it a lot. And so it costs me money to use. It costs me money to host on the servers. And so the more people I have using it, the more money it costs me. So I can't possibly give it away for free. I could, but I would go broke. And so that's why I give away all the information I possibly can for free, give away as much value as I possibly can for free, and then monetize on the back end through some other means. And if you're an educational YouTuber, often the easiest thing to sell is your own time, which is unscalable. But the thing people always will want the most with you is to talk with you, to get your feedback, to have a call with you, to ask you any question, to get your thoughts on their situation. Because that is the highest perceived likelihood of achievement. Whereas if I tell you, I'll help you through this course that I made, it's yeah, I might find some good information there, but you created that course. So if you could just look at my exact situation and help me with where I'm at specifically, that would be great. So yeah. And that's why I spent, 6 weeks making the best possible course I can make and putting a bunch of AI tools in it that don't cost me any money to deliver on. And then I can just give all of that away for free. And so that is what you should do. Look at what your customers sell, or just think about something very valuable that you can give away for free to collect leads. Now, 7, CTA in every single video. So CTA is call to action. Never CTA at the beginning. That is because new people are watching your channel. The goal is that new people are watching your channel. Imagine you click on a video for the first time. You're like, all right, let's see what this guy's all about. And he's like, join my paid program, book a call with me. And you're like, fuck, dude, what the fuck? I thought you were going to give some value. So you need to build goodwill with people first. You need to give value before you ask. Give before you ask. And so wait until maybe the middle of your video, at least 5 minutes in, to ask for something. Give away something free to get leads. And then also at the end of your video, you can CTA. So often I just say 2 CTAs, depending on how long your video is. I keep thinking of things where I can be like, yeah, also I have this free course. And that's also just because you will get help if you go to the free course. And I'm not forcing money out of you. The only reason I'm mentioning these things is because I know it's helpful for you. And so you want to mention your CTAs, not as big ask. You don't need to say, are you experiencing pain in this way? Well, do I have something for you? Like, you don't want to make it feel salesy. It's just like, oh, by the way, here's another thing that can help you and it's free. And so do that a couple times during your video, never at the beginning. Make it short and simple. Talk about the benefit, not the features. So nobody wants to join your free community. They want your help, achieving goal, solving problem, benefit, whatever, not features. They don't want a free course. They don't want a free community. They don't want to join your group. They want a benefit. So always put it in the first link in your description and put it in your pinned comment. If you do not do either of those, you are missing out on leads. And no, it does not make you look scammy to put it in your description and pinned comment. Anybody who's going to criticize you for that wouldn't become a customer of yours anyway. So that is a very, very, very big thing. Is like, yes, you are always going to get criticism for selling something, but the people who criticize you would never have paid for anything anyway. And they probably aren't even a fan of you anyway. They probably just found your video and you're like, oh, this guy's selling something. He's obviously just a scammer. And those people are never going to make a good amount of money in their life. And they are not going to invest into their own education to help themselves into it with whatever you teach. And so do not make decisions to try to please those people who do not have your best interest in mind. Finally, last but not least, number 8, get people on a call and sell them something expensive. So you can do low ticket, totally works. $49 a month, $99, whatever. Some people make it work, but you need so much traffic to make it work. You need a lot of traffic, like a lot of traffic to make it work. And you can make it work if that's really what you want to do, if you have absolutely despise high ticket, but most likely your goal is money. And so if your goal is money, high ticket is better. No matter how much traffic you have even, you'll most likely make a lot more money with high ticket. Now you need different systems for high ticket. You can't sell through a VSL. You have a VSL to book a call. But basically, get qualified people on a call. You can do this through a Calendly link. So what I do is I get people to join my free community by giving free value in there. And then I call every single one of them. So they put their number in, call them. Hey, welcome to the community. Just wanted to ask you a few questions so I could help you figure out, or I could help you have the best experience here. Do you have a minute or two to talk? And then they're like, yeah. And then it's like, okay, are you an educational creator? Are you already making content? How many leads a day are you currently getting? Are you comfortable with where it's at? Do you want to grow faster? And then it's like, actually, I do think I could help you even more in my other program for more advanced creators. Do you want me to tell you about how that would work? And then I'd say, all right, yeah, book a call with me. We can figure out a time where we could talk about this and send them the link. They book a call. Then on that call, figure out if I can help them, convey to them that I can help them, tell them what the program's about, pitch them. And this should be $2,000 to $10,000. I like to stay around the middle. And just for example, like 10 $5,000 sales is $50,000. And if you close at 33%, which is generally average, you need just 30 calls. And so to make $50,000 per month, you need about 8 calls per week. That's not a lot. That's really not a lot. And so a lot of people have limiting beliefs about how much they can charge about something. But honestly, it's really the opposite. Like, are you going to sell something for $20? Like, you're probably not going to help somebody with a $20 PDF. You're kind of just stealing their money. They could get that information for free. Whereas if they paid you $2,000 and you had calls with them and you gave them a personalized experience and you really understood their problems and figured out a solution to them, that'd be worth a lot more money. You'd actually help them a lot more. You'd be willing to help them a lot more. They'd take you more seriously because you charge more money. They'd refer more people to you. You would make more money. It's better for everybody if you charge more money. And that's just a belief you have to get over. So, yeah. And for 8 calls a week, like, you only need a few dozen leads in a decent system to get people to book calls. And then, of course, make sure your product is valuable or everything will go to shit. And so those are the 8 things you need to know to not go viral and still make a lot of money. And so to sum it up, study your competitors, understand your avatar, make valuable videos, good packaging, consistency, give something away for free, CTA in every video, description, and pinned comment. Get people on a call and sell something expensive. And if you want my help making more money without going viral, click the links below. Goodbye.